Hey guys and girls, if you're watching, this is my 1992 Nissan Silvia S13 drift car. Still street registered, but I don't drive it on the road. Just drive it to the track and back. But yeah, that's about it, because it's a little bit too illegal to drive on the street if I get caught. So yeah, just keep it registered, just sort of if I want to resell it one day maybe, or it's just easier so when I go down and get some fuel I can actually drive down there instead of trailering it and all that sort of thing. So if I do get caught on the way there and I do get stickered, then it's all over. Obviously I have to buy a ute and trailer it, because my other car wouldn't tow this. But yeah, I don't drive on the street. Anyway, here is the engine bay. It's a SR20 Det red top, forged H-beam rods, BC valve springs and titanium retainers, Tamiya pond cams, standard pistons, ACL race bearings throughout, and yeah, it's got about 3,000 kilometers on it now, still going strong. So doesn't have really many kilometers on it, it's been hard driven pretty much the entire time. It's got a Garrett 3071 turbo with a 4-inch front housing, 0.63 rear housing, and it's got a 6-boost high mount manifold with a 44mm teal wastegate with a screamer pipe. So you can see out of the wastegate it just goes straight down the ground, which is extremely loud. So basically when you're on boost and the wastegate's opening to regulate boost pressure, instead of the exhaust gases going back into the exhaust and going right down to the back of the car through the muffler, it just goes pretty much straight out of the manifold, straight down the ground. So when you're on boost, effectively most of your exhaust fumes are just going straight out a little 44mm pipe to the ground, so they only have about a metre to travel. So obviously it's very loud on boost. Normal driving it's quiet. I would say quiet, but it's not that loud. I just got some heat protective sleeve on the boost lines, and just so they don't melt. And I've also relocated my harness and put some spar wrap on it, and then just wrapped it in duct tape and relocated it up here. It used to be down there, and my igniter is now over here, and I've just rewired the entire harness and tried to tuck it up out of the way of the heat because it was melting before. No aircon, 3-inch dump pipe, just a 3 to 2.5-inch reducer out of the turbo because it's a small flange, and the 3-inch all the way back to the rear. No cat, nothing like that. All the pipework is all aftermarket, obviously, because you couldn't really buy pipework to suit every turbo combination. Out of the turbo there's a cast elbow, because I used to have a silicon elbow and it just kept on melting from the wastegate, so it's a cast elbow welded onto the turbo and then silicon joiner there, and that works really well. It's a power bund harmonic balancer, and obviously I'm not running the aircon condenser compressor, so I'm just running the power steering and alternator, and that's about it, and water pump obviously. This is a custom catch can, it's all baffled and sectioned off and that sort of thing inside. So it's just nice and short, and I just got some braided steel overlay for the two hoses so they don't melt as well. Got Nismo 740cc injectors, and this is pushing out about 350 horsepower. Obviously if I upgrade my cams, which I can do because I've got aftermarket springs and retainers, I'll be on about 400, 410, so when I'm ready to upgrade for more power I can just chuck in new cams and get a tune, and that's it. So it's really easy, 3 horsepower sort of thing. And HSD coilovers, these are raised master speed 17 by 8.5 and 17 by 9s on the rear, and I'm running 0 camber on the rear with some GK Tech camber arms and KTS toe arms, and on the front I'm running, I think, Kazama caster rods. Running a Pexi Power CD Retro ECU, which deletes the AFM, which is why I don't have that ugly AFM on the intake, and instead use a map sensor which they tap into the intake manifold, which you can probably see there. Yep. I think you saw it. I got a Sato 7-point full gauge in this car, just for safety. So bolts into the floor there, runs across the roof, down again on the other side, and then you got your sort of half cage type thing with the crossbar at the rear. I've removed the rear seats and carpeted the rear section. I'll show you that in a second. Bride Z2 bucket seat. So the rear section's all boxed in, and yeah, I boxed the rear section in with some wood and then carpeted the entire rear. I still haven't got some side plastics because I need to get some mint condition ones and then cut a hole out where that rear roll cage bar comes down, and then it'll clean up that side bit and it'll look really nice. I'm running a Bosch 044 fuel pump and Nismo 2-way LSD. That's about it, I guess. Don't have much else to say. Horribly rolled guards. Sort of buckled, so I sort of got to fix that. But it's a drift car, so what are you going to do? I'll just give it a quick start up for you guys so you can hear it. Nothing really fancy about it, but you can hear it anyway. Sounds like every other SR. And yeah, that's about it. So that's my S13. Hope you enjoy. Catch you later.